Tonight, our special transmission as reports of dissent emerge between Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Israeli Defense Minister Gallant. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Aisha Ashraf. Today is the 198th day since the onset of Israel's war on Palestine. Gaza's health ministry reports in the past 24 hours, Israeli attacks have killed 54 Palestinians. 104 have been injured. Israeli bombings in Rafah have killed 24 individuals. The casualties include 16 children and 6 women. Many remain trapped under the rubble as rescue efforts are hindered due to Israeli blockades and attacks. In a separate incident, Israeli bombing targeted a car in Deir al-Bala, leaving several injured. Israeli aircrafts targeted civilians in the area around the Al-Suraha cemetery in the Nusayrat refugee camp. Major General Aharon Haliva, head of Israel's military intelligence, has resigned. He holds himself responsible for failing to prevent the October 7th attack. Analysts suggest his resignation reflects dissatisfaction with Prime Minister Netanyahu's handling of the conflict. Footage from security cameras shows a white car ramming into a group of people at a street corner in Jerusalem. The incident injured 3 civilians. Spain's Foreign Minister Jose Manuel Alvarez is calling for a lasting ceasefire. He's warning of the repercussions if Israel goes ahead with an attack on Rafah. In an interview with Turkish media, Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh has accused Israel of stalling ceasefire talks. The death toll from Israel's war is staggering. At the time of writing, at least 34,151 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks. A report by the United Nations estimates another 8,000 civilians are buried under the rubble in Gaza. 77,084 have been injured. Israel's revised death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at 1,139. Palestinian authorities have uncovered a mass grave at Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Yunis, Gaza. There are 283 bodies in the grave. 3 more graves have been discovered today. Civil defense teams are still recovering bodies from these graves. The bodies include those of women and children buried by the Israeli military. They have been missing since the Israeli military first stormed the hospital. The discovery comes after the withdrawal of Israeli troops from the area after 2 months of relentless attacks. Earlier, multiple mass graves were found at Al-Shifa Hospital when the troops withdrew from the area. A Palestinian official is accusing Israel of committing genocide in the Nur Shams camp in the West Bank. Muayyad Sha'ban, the head of the Colonization and Wall Resistance Commission, is calling for urgent international intervention to save lives and allow medical aid into the camp. The Israeli army's ongoing siege and military operations in Tulkarem and the Nur Shams camp have resulted in mounting casualties. There are reports of trapped residents without access to food or electricity. Reports indicate bombings of Palestinian homes, hindering ambulance access and leading to arrests of numerous residents. The Palestinian Red Crescent Society says the Israeli army is preventing ambulances from entering the Nur Shams camp. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made serious accusations against Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Israeli Broadcasting Corporation Kan 11 reports Netanyahu publicly accused Gallant of leaking information from closed security meetings. The broadcaster says Netanyahu made these accusations during a meeting with ministers and leaders of the State Security Cabinet. Netanyahu did not explicitly name Gallant. Netanyahu said every time he sat in meetings with the defense minister, the head of the Mossad, and the head of the Shin Bet, everything was leaked. He said that he knew it was not the head of the Mossad nor the head of the Shin Bet. He then questioned who was the one leaking the information. Neither Gallant nor senior officials from the security services were physically present at this meeting. The report says several Likud ministers who attended the meeting ridiculed Gallant when they believed he was no longer part of the agenda. They also assured Netanyahu of their support in dealing with him. Leaders of the Israeli security services have also privately expressed concerns about potential leaks from cabinet and war cabinet meetings. The news comes as reports are emerging of heightened tensions between Netanyahu and Gallant. Netanyahu previously announced a scheduled date for a ground invasion of Rafah, a claim that was later refuted by Gallant. Muslim voters in the United States are outraged at the approval of a $26 billion aid package for Israel. The package, approved by President Joe Biden, has been passed by the House. The funding, which also includes support for Ukraine and Taiwan, has drawn criticism for the U.S.'s continued support of Israel's actions in Gaza. The Council on American Islamic Relations is condemning the package. Representatives from the organization say the aid will further enable Israeli aggression. They are warning of strained relations between Biden and Muslim Americans. Politician Pramila Jayapal has also echoed similar concerns. London Mayor Sadiq Khan has appealed for a ceasefire in Gaza during Eid festival celebrations in Trafalgar Square in the United Kingdom. Addressing thousands of attendees, he urged the U.S. President Joe Biden and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak to use their influence to stop the violence. He advocated for prisoner release and an end to arms sales to Israel. Khan said there is a need for unity among faiths and warned against divisive tactics. A Canadian humanitarian group is calling on the government to seek clarification from Israel on the bombing of its water aid truck. The International Development and Relief Foundation says the truck was bombed last Wednesday. It was parked outside the Tufa district in northern Gaza. The organization's name and a maple leaf were clearly marked on the truck. The incident follows Israel's admission of mistakenly striking a World Central Kitchen convoy. The organization's chief operating officer, Nabil Ali, says the truck played a vital role in providing clean drinking water to the residents in Gaza. Minister of International Development Ahmed Hussein has expressed concern over the incident. New Democratic Party leader Jagmeet Singh and Liberal MP Samir Zuberi are demanding an independent investigation. Despite the UN's call for increased aid access in Gaza, humanitarian efforts face significant risks. The International Development and Relief Foundation vows to continue providing aid despite challenges. The organization is advocating for an immediate ceasefire to prevent further tragedies. A Muslim immigrant accused of first-degree murder in the death of a Toronto police officer has been acquitted by jurors. The acquittal comes after nearly 3 years since the incident. The verdict highlighted a lack of evidence against Umar Zameer's intent to kill Constable Jeffrey Northrup. Zameer expressed relief and gratitude outside the courthouse. He said he was sorry for the incident, but he did not intend harm. 2 officers in plain clothes had approached Zameer's car in the parking garage around midnight. Zameer was with his wife, who was 8 months pregnant, and his 2-year-old son. Zameer says neither Northrup nor his partner, Sergeant Lisa Forbes, identified themselves as police that night. He said the pair began banging on his car after he locked the doors. Zameer says he thought he and his family were being attacked. Northrup was knocked down when Zameer reversed out of the parking spot at an accelerated speed to exit the parking garage. Northrup's widow expressed disappointment at the acquittal and demanded accountability. Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkew echoed the same sentiments as Northrup's widow. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now. so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad.